ABC Sports is live at Phoenix International Raceway for the IRL Indycar Series. Today, the Purex style Indy 200 second race of the 16-race 2003 IRL season. On the second lap of the race, a caution. The car sliding to the inside of the racetrack in turn number 2, Tora Takagi. Now, it was an interesting start as the pole sitter Tony Kanaan got off to a rather bad start, and several passed him. Paul Page and Scott Goodyear are here as usual to do the play-by-play.
Yeah, Jill DeFerrin tried a bonsai run down the inside. It didn't work for him, and Scott Dixon went to the lead with Giafone coming in behind. Kanaan forced to settle for third.
And Paul, you see right there, the high side goes Jill DeFerrin. Now, not know whether or not he got some debris on his tires, some rubber. There had a Silver Crown race here before, but he gets in, and all of a sudden just gets a little bit loose mid-turn.
And then big time loose. Fortunately, nobody touched him, but you just saw Tora Takagi, who came down the inside trying to miss him, got on the grass.
And watch what goes on here. He just gets to the middle of the turn. The back end will step out slightly. He tries to correct, and then he's up in the dirt, as we call it, in the debris. The back end's carrying its motion. It goes all the way around, and sure enough, both those guys miss him. And what a great job they did to do that. Now, you see here behind there, Takagi tries to go off the track to avoid him, gets on the grass. There's no adhesion on the grass, Paul. You get on the grass, you're done.
It's amazing, though, that in the start of the race that Jill DeFerrin got away with that without anybody touching him. Let's go to Jack Arute.
But, Paul, the concern on Jill DeFerrin's Marlboro Team Penske operation was the fact that maybe he had the problem with
Back at Phoenix International Raceway, where the caution is waving over this 1-mile oval again. And this time it's for the two-time and defending IRL IndyCar Series champion Sam Hornish Jr., who has made contact with the wall in turn number 3. He quickly radioed saying he was okay, but there was a touch of tires, and Sam was hard into that outside wall.
And it looked, Bob, like he was just trying to make the line just a little bit higher. I think the lower car ended up moving up on him, just touching his left rear tire, losing control of the back end of the car. He was doing so well. Fast and warm up this morning, getting himself up into the top 10. Could have got some points today.
He finished 10th at the opener at the Homestead Miami Speedway. He won this race here at Phoenix back in 2001 and finished 3rd here last year.
Coming off of turn 4, we'll have to take another run at him coming up through turns 3 and 4 again this time.
Yellow, people. Yellow. We got a car in turn 2.
Oh, after such a great job he's done
Roger.
today.
Yakasawa catches the wall.
Now, as we watch through here, he's already sideways. Now, Allenzer Jr. is very close to him. We're not sure if he got some dirty air or maybe touched Allenzer Jr. Allenzer Jr. continued on, and Yasukawa, after he hit the wall, a lot of damage to the rear of the car. His day is over.
Well, he had a terrific run, though, and really showed he has the stuff to do it. So they've set Captain Davis up to go on the attack. Oh! Scheckter tried it and couldn't do it.
Yellow flag.
Just a slight touch of wheels, just like we saw earlier in the race with Michael Andretti and Scheckter. But this time, Scheckter was on the outside.
Now watch Thomas Scheckter, the red and white number 10. He goes around Giafone. They touch.
Doesn't know he's there, Paul. And he just moves up the racetrack and touches his left front wheel. What a shame. He certainly had a race car. He felt confident with it to go around the outside of Giafone. And there was the contact.
And guys, it's interesting on the radio. They're telling Thomas after it all happened, he said, "That's all right, way to go. That's why we're here, to go racing." So they applauded the move. Jack?
Well, Dario Franchitti has made his way back
style
to
Indy 200. The question is, does he have enough fuel to go? Jill DeFerrin is working on Michael Andretti, and they touch. They both catch the wall.
Well, Michael had to have known that Gilles was looking there. He looked there the previous time, and that was a big collision, Paul.
So DeFerrin trying to come back through the field. We're looking at the cockpit to see whether or not there's any movement from either driver. As yet, no. And that was a big hit. Injury he sustained in the race at Chicago. Here it is, Scott.
You watch. Now, Michael didn't expect Gilles to be there so early, but Gilles certainly had a run on him going into the turn. Michael went a little bit high to start to weave the car down towards the turn like he should do. See, a good run by Gilles DeFerrin. Gilles clearly beside him. Michael should have some information from his spotter to let him know what's going on. The fire that you see going along there is an oil fire. That's really no harm to the driver whatsoever.
Yeah, the oil cooler is in the left side of the car. The theory being more often than not you're going to hit with the right side of the car. But DeFerrin came all the way around, caught it with the left side, and that ignited the oil fire.
Now remember, right now, as they go together, those wheels have actually touched. The wheel is actually broken on the right rear of Gilles' car. Michael's suspension is broken. He goes into the wall head first, which is usually the worst, but the impact right there, let's hold it right there for a second. Look at the impact. The car has gone almost straight back in, going into the wall. Now there's an attenuator right there, and actually what ends up happening as we clear the screen and move along, the attenuator actually absorbs a lot of the impact, and it's a new attenuator that the IRL has come up with this winter for a safety reason. It's much larger than last year, so hopefully it's actually done a great job.
And they're still working with Gilles DeFerrin at the car. Michael Andretti, we've seen him get out. Tony Kanaan is the leader under caution. We'll return after this word from our ABC stations. This is ABC Sports Championship Television. Like he did as the green comes out. Giafoni's going to try Castroneves. Castroneves doesn't move on the start, being careful. 2 to go. Giafoni tries to swing way wide and pick up second. 1 to go. Tony Kanaan, if he can hang on this lap, looking to be the 30th different driver. Another new winner in the IRL, 30th different to win in the history. Tony Kanaan driving for Andretti Green is the winner at Phoenix International Raceway. And the 29th IRL race with a margin of victory of less than 1 second. Scott, what's he got to say?